Coming up, Rhydian is in the building. Last year's X Factor favourite. He was running up last year. He's here to talk us about his platinum-selling album and who he thinks might win on Saturday.
He was hot favourite to win the X Factor, but he came second, didn't he?
Well, he did in the competition, but not in life, you might argue.
Very, very good.
Sorry, that was a bit too poignant for this time on a Thursday.
I'll just contemplate that. We're talking about Rhydian.
Yes,
he's
exactly.
now a platinum-selling artist, which is what Kate is talking about. He's done very well. He's here now to perform one of the tracks off his new album. This is Somewhere.
Somewhere, a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere. There's a time for us, someday, a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to learn, time to care. Someday, somewhere, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving. Time and a place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, we'll find a new way of living. We'll find a way of forgiving. Somewhere. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
Well, raising the roof and raising our spirits there, Rhydian.
Wow.
Thank you very much indeed. And the children's parents and guardians and carers are all up there. I don't know if we can see them, but it doesn't really matter. They're just
they're
all
all
there.
hiding
They're
now.
all smiling. And thank you very much for coming in this morning. That was lovely. Chatting to Rhydian in a few minutes about his platinum status.
Yes,
now.
we're trying to make a pun on his hair.
Yes.
And his record sales. It's all of that.
It's all mixed in.
OK, we're finding out who he thinks is going to win Saturday's X Factor final. And also, can you believe It's only 2 weeks exactly today till
Tell you
Christmas.
what,
We've got Rhydian here, last year's X Factor runner-up, and big success in his right. Were you a rebel at school? Would you have worn earrings?
Ooh, I was a
Dyed your hair
rebel.
blonde, things like that?
No, I wasn't really allowed. I was a rebel on the rugby pitch, I guess, but that's about it.
What did you do? Were you a fight starter?
Oh, a little bit, and then I used to run away and let the forwards take over.
That's just classic. That's great.
Well, you kind of rebelled against the trend, because normally the runner-up doesn't do as well, do they, as the winner in previous years, but you've done brilliantly.
I've been extremely fortunate and blessed. It's worked out well for me, and watching this series as well, with the 3 finalists, there's no clear winner. It's anybody's game, and I think they're all going to do really well going forward. And last year, I guess, I was proof of that you don't necessarily have to win in order to carve out a career. I mean, I had a lucky break, and I've just had the best year of my life.
Have you? What sort of things you've been up to?
Loads of things, mainly recording the album and recording it with some of my heroes in music. We went away to America to work with Walter A., who's written a lot for Mariah Carey, and worked with Michael Jackson, to name a few. Went to Nashville, Tennessee, as well, to work with Desmond Child. I'm a huge fan of his. He's worked on Meat Loaf's Bad Out of Hell. And then spent the rest of the time in Sweden. In between recording, I've been doing some fantastic gigs, like the one we did yesterday. You were there.
We did, yeah, Children of Courage
Yeah,
Awards.
yeah.
We met little William that won Carer of the Year earlier on the show.
I met him again backstage. What a lovely guy.
Full of beans, lovely lad,
You know,
really lovely
it's
little
so
lad.
courageous. Yeah.
I know, 7 years old. and
I had to
looks after
perform
mum.
yesterday, as you know.
I know, I
and
saw you.
I found it really difficult to hold it together, because
Yeah.
I was generally moved by the stories and how courageous they were. I don't know, somebody was with me, they couldn't stop crying throughout the whole service.
I know, but I was sitting next to Girls Aloud, Nicola and
Yes.
Kimberly. I listened very hard. They were in tune during the carols, by the way, just to let you know. They sung beautifully, but they were very moved as well, because it's really, you know, it's a really moving ceremony.
We all need a dose of perspective, don't we, every now and again? We get all sort of wound up, but this time of the year is good for that. And what was Harry like? He seemed like a really good bloke. William said he was a good man.
Harry was a lovely guy, and I haven't met him before. I've met his brother and his dad, but we had a good old chinwag at the end of the service. A lovely guy. Pleasure to meet him. You know, it's an honour to be invited to those kind of gigs.
Yeah, absolutely, certainly is. So look, you know, we're going to have the 3 X Factor finalists on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what they'll be going through. I'm sure we'll talk about getting a sense of perspective.
Yeah.
They will have no other perspective, will they, other than Saturday's night show right now?
I feel for them, because the week leading up to the final is obviously the hardest, and they're not going to have any time for themselves. Very little time to rehearse, because there's so much running around doing media and going back to do the home visits, VT footage, and there's a lot of pressure. Real.
One word, winner.
You can't say that.
Okay.
I met them all. They're all. Honestly, it's anybody's this year.
Oh, he's
Great,
a diplomat.
Rhydian,
Great
thank
to
you
see you
very
this
much
morning.
indeed.
Rhydian's going to do a live webcast straight after the show as well. So if you want to ask your questions, gm.tv.
Okay, but for now and the rest of the morning, Lorraine, good day.